What's up, guys? SpideySkeens here with SpideySkeens Cosplay. This week, we're going to be making Mr. Aizawa Eraserhead's glasses from My Hero Academia. Remember, if you guys like what I'm doing, hit that like button. Comment down below if you'd like to see me make anything else. Hit the subscribe button. And don't forget, hit that bell. Using a marker, trace your pattern onto 6mm EVA foam. You can use an Xacto knife or scissors to cut the pattern out. I decided to use an Xacto knife just because I like how precise it is. You will have to go over the windows a couple of times. After you get all of the windows and your frames cut out for the glasses, you're going to make a mark on the back where you are going to use a cutout bit on your Dremel, and you were going to make a slight indentation on the back to allow the frames to fold without wrinkling up. As you can see, the glasses fold a bit easier now. On the same side you made your indentations, on the outside edge, you're going to apply a thin layer of contact cement. You're going to do the same thing on the edges of the tops and bottoms of the glasses. When applying contact cement, you don't want to use an excessive amount, just a nice thin layer. The reason being, if you use too much, it will gunk up and it will take way too long to dry. Again, just a nice light coating on each of the edges will make it dry and bond really nicely. After about 10-15 minutes, you can go ahead and grab your pieces and start attaching them. When attaching them, you want to be really slow and make sure that it is in the exact spot you want it to be in, because it will not move after you put it into place. I would start from the outside and work my way in, just because it's a little bit easier to do so. And you are going to repeat this process 4 times. And remember just to take your time with it. You don't want to rush these things. And voila, you have your frames to your Shota Seiwa glasses. Now to make the back band. Draw it back onto that 6mm EVA foam with a marker and cut it out with an Xacto knife. After you have cut out all of the pieces for the back band, you are going to make an incision 1/4 inch from the top and 1/4 inch from the bottom, about 1/4 inch long, right in the middle. This is going to allow the elastic to slide through the middle. When performing this step, you want to be careful not to stab yourself. I like to use a chopstick to push through the hole after I've used the Xacto knife to make sure it's a nice, clean hole and the correct size. Take your time with this. You don't want to accidentally cut all the way through and ruin your band bit. The next step is to prime. I'm putting all of the pieces on the chopsticks as a placeholder, and it's just nice and convenient. I'm going to be priming with Mod Podge, and when using Mod Podge, you want to use a couple of coats. I think I did 2 or 3. You don't need to put the Mod Podge on too thick when putting on the coats, just so it dries a little bit quicker, because you can always put more coats on. We are going to be priming everything, the back bits, the glasses, and all. After the Mod Podge is dried, it is then time to paint. When painting, you want it to have a nice, good, solid coat, but you don't want it to be like dripping wet and have paint dripping off of it. But make sure it's solidly coated. Make sure you get all of the edges and all of the little nooks and crannies. When painting the glasses, I painted the tops and the fronts and a little bit of the inside, but I did not paint the point of contact that will be touching my face. And I did not paint all of the inside because I really didn't see a point in wasting that paint. When painting, you are going to want to do multiple coats. I think I did 3 coats as well, just like the Mod Podge. I got to the point where I stopped caring if I got paint on my fingers because it was just inevitable. After allowing the paint to dry, I grabbed my elastic band and I took my pieces and strung them through. If you made your incision a 1/4 inch, then this step should be super easy for you. Should not take too much effort at all. After I attached all of the pieces for one side, I then hot glued the end piece on. Applied a little bit of pressure and cleaned up the edges. After getting the first side complete, you can then go ahead and move on and start sliding on your second half. Once you get your end piece on, you can go ahead and repeat the process of hot gluing the end piece on. Once all of the strap bits are attached, it is then time to attach the clip. To attach the clip, we're going to have to snip the elastic right in the middle. To attach the clip, I'm going to stretch the elastic out. I'm going to wrap it through the hole, stuff it back down inside the end piece, and hot glue it there. When securing these clips, don't be afraid to be a little excessive with hot glue. You can always clean up the outside. For the second strap, you're going to repeat the same process as the first. Stretch out the elastic, loop it through the end of the clip, and then stuff it back into the end piece of the bit and hit it with hot glue. Once you are done attaching the clips to the band of the glasses, it is then time to attach the band to the frame of the glasses. To do this, I used contact cement. The reason being, it is a very strong bond. Make sure it is in the exact spot that you want it to be in, otherwise it will not move once you place them together. Again, when using contact cement, you don't want to apply the pieces together right away. You want to allow 10 to 15 minutes for each piece to dry. That way it starts to become tacky and sticky. And the final step to our glasses is to attach the lenses. To doing this, I used a hot glue gun on low temperature. Reason being, I just thought it was nice and easy to clean up, and easy to get off of the glasses. When attaching the lenses, you do not want to be super excessive with the hot glue, because if you are overly excessive, it will spill out onto the front of the lenses, and that is not fun to get off. Can be done, but it's not fun. How I made the lens pieces was I took a cutout bit on my Dremel and I cut out some old lenses on some sunglasses. And there you have it. Glasses for Mr. Aizawa Eraserhead from My Hero Academia. Remember, if you guys like what I'm doing, hit the like button, comment down below if you'd like to see me make anything else, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell. I'll see you guys next week.